like Tom Cruise from Mixologist. Was it Cocktail? Hey guys. Today I'm making a MANGIA burger. It's named after something my grandma Rose always used to say in the kitchen. It's an Italian way of saying get your butt to the table because it's time to eat. The MANGIA burger. You're probably wondering right now, what's in the MANGIA burger? Let me tell you. We got a burger, of course, topped with smoked or regular, depending on what you like, mozzarella cheese with bruschetta, arugula, and a pesto aioli. And if you're feeling kind of fancy, you could throw a piece of pancetta on there. And then, did I forget to mention, it's all between 2 pieces of garlic bread? The MANGIA burger. Let's get into it. We thankfully have an outlet. Oh, we're filming? Well, we're gonna begin. I didn't know when we started filming. We're gonna begin with our pesto aioli. I know some of you are already kind of tuning out because I said aioli, and that's fancy. It's nothing other than mayonnaise mixed with garlic, a little lemon juice, and other things. But for our recipe, we're gonna use a very fancy aioli. It's called Hellmann's. We're gonna add it, but we're gonna make the pesto from scratch because believe it or not, pesto is actually very simple to make. All you need to use is olive oil. You need to use some basil and other seasonings and spices, salt, pepper, garlic. We'll take you through the works. Very important is Parmesan cheese, and most importantly is pine nuts. Now for pestos, you could use walnuts, you could use pine nuts, you could use macadamia nuts, pecans, anything really you want. The reason I'm using pine nuts is they kind of add a butteriness and a richness, and I'm also using pine nuts because that was what was in my mom's pantry. So you gotta save bills. It's a broke student life, am I right? But first things first, we gotta plug the machine in. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is add all the dry ingredients that I listed, aside from the olive oil, and that's where you really just have to be careful because you have to put it in sparingly. You can't just put it all in to get the richness you want. But for garlic, you guys see this garlic, am I right? Now, I learned a tip on Food Network that if you want to not get into a lot of trouble because it's a lot of hard work to peel the garlic, put it in between 2 plastic containers and shake, and the garlic will magically unpeel. Let's see if it works. This did not work. Another thing you could use is freshly peeled garlic as well. Then you're gonna take about 3 cups of fresh basil without the stems. It's important because you want a smoothness in the basil, so you don't want to have stems making it a weird consistency. But this is harder than I thought. And then after adding the basil, you're going to take a little bit of lemon juice and some salt and pepper, which I'll have to run to go get real quick. And then you're gonna add also about 1/4 cup of pine nuts. This recipe is all gonna be eyeball. The beautiful thing about making a sauce like this is you're kind of looking for a consistency and a smoothness, so you can eyeball some of it, but add about 1/4 cup of pine nuts. Add about a squirt of lemon juice. 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Really should have prepped this beforehand. I like Parmesan cheese. It's very, very salty, and who doesn't love Parmesan cheese? Trust me. The next thing we need to do is turn the machine on, and at the top, it's right here. Oh, the garlic cloves. I added that in there. It's in there. Am I forgetting anything else, Jordan? I like to do kind of a pre-chop before adding the oils. Don't make the blender do all the work at the same time. So we're just gonna put it, and we're gonna put the machine on and pulse it a little bit. You can see that it's kind of breaking up. We'll open it up to give you a little sneak preview. Look at that, that looks beautiful so far. Now, this is the key. This is where you actually have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. You're gonna take the extension out of your pulser, and you're going to sparingly pour about 1 cup of olive oil in while the machine is running. Scrape off the sides. We need to add some more olive oil. It's kind of getting a paste consistency, which we want, but we do want it to be not so thick. We want it to be creamy. more olive oil. We're almost done. Kind of all moving together. It's marinating. It's like a family reunion of flavors going on in there. Guy Fieri has Flavor Town, mine's Family Reunion of Flavors. See, this is exactly, come in the camera, come smell this real quick. You could smell the garlic, the aroma of the basil. That's exactly kind of the consistency you want because we got the creaminess of the mayonnaise and it's gonna form the perfect sauce for this Italian burger. So the next thing we want to do is add the aioli or the Hellmann's mayonnaise. You're gonna take about a couple spoonfuls. And this is really all about eyeballing. Mayonnaise, it's kind of a blah flavor. So it's good that we used a lot of spices. We used the garlic, the basil, and the Parmesan cheese, the saltiness, because once we start adding mayonnaise, it's gonna lose kind of some of the flavor, but since it's so strong, it's gonna still, you're gonna still get all of that pesto taste. Listen, in the kitchen, you're bound to make mistakes. You know, I'm using my mom's kitchen, so you gotta clean up after it. Let's see. As you can see, it's a little liquidy still, which is fine. That just means we need to add more mayonnaise. So we're gonna do that right now. And that's perfect. It almost looks like a, I don't want to say sour cream, but it's got that crema quality. When I push up, you could see the thickness of it, and that's the perfect texture for a burger sauce. So now that we got our aioli done, our pesto aioli, we're now going to move on to our bruschetta. All right, well now we're back. Now that we finished making this beautiful pesto aioli, now we're going to move on to the second part of our burger, the Mangia burger, our bruschetta salsa. And let me tell you, the secret to a great bruschetta, very simple. Have a sister who makes it. My sister Gabri, she makes the best bruschetta of all time. And for it, I did a little adaptation. Instead of using a whole tomato, because I don't trust myself with a knife on camera, we're gonna use little cherry, whoa, that one just slid out. We're gonna use little cherry tomatoes, and all you're gonna do is cut them in half. And then you're gonna do about a cup of these, and then we're gonna use other ingredients such as salt, pepper, parsley, dash of lemon juice, fresh garlic. After this video is done, if I do not have this kitchen cleaner than it was at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna hear it from my mom and dad who are in the other room. So any kid who's living at their house with their parents, or adult, I'm not judging. I'm 23 years old and I live at home with my parents. Make sure to take care of their things. So all we're gonna do is add a squish of lemon juice. Don't put the top in like I did, but you can add a little squirt of lemon juice. You're gonna season it with some salt and pepper. Now this little machine is a lifesaver. If you're pretentious and like me and like to have your kernels, the black pepper kernels, you want to do it yourself. This was on Amazon for like 10 bucks. And it's just really cool to have. You throw this at a party at home and people are gonna be like, oh my God, you're so cool. Also, salt. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, Mom. After adding the salt, you're gonna add some fresh parsley. Semi-fresh, it's in a container, but it's parsley's parsley. Then you're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. It's Parmesan. If you guys have any friends out there named Sean, I think a great nickname would be Parmesan. That's funny, right? No? Okay. Now we're gonna add some olive oil. Be generous with olive oil, because like we said, family reunion of flavors, it's all gotta bind together. Now that we got our tomato bruschetta salsa done, now it's time to move on to our burger. For our burger, Red Robin rules. Come follow me to my refrigerator. Red Robin rules are you have to use 80-20 meat. I went to Publix and picked up ground chuck. Now we're gonna come over here. But first we're gonna go over there because a great tip, you wanna be careful when you're in the kitchen handling meat. Lay down a flat roll of foil and it's gonna keep your kitchen counter clean and very easy to pick up that pasta. So salt and pepper. And now we're gonna form our Chuck, but just so I don't get any flack from the viewers, I'm washing my hands. Very important to do. Use Dawn, not a sponsor. Very good. Not only cleans dishes, but cleans hands as well. I like my burgers, I generally like them thin, because I like crispy and medium well. But for the burger, we're going to use about, I would say, out of this section, so you can see, we're going to use about a 1/4 pound of the meat. Now the key to a good burger is you don't want to handle the meat too much. It's inappropriate. So all you're going to do is flat it down and make sure you go around the edges because you don't want crumbles falling apart. Now lastly, what's very important, this is a tip I learned while watching Food Network. All you do is take your thumb and press down in the middle of the burger. That's it. And what this does is when you cook it on the stovetop, it prevents it from shrinking up like a giant meatball. So I like to put pepper on first. Personal choice, you do what you want, it's a free country. Then you add your sea salt, and you want to see the salt. You don't want to just put like, oh, look at that, that's enough. No, you want to see the salt because that's probably the most important thing to a good burger. And we're gonna flip it and do the other side, same thing. I'm doing salt this time first because it's already in my hand. So while that sits, you can already kind of see the salt's kind of soaking into the burger. Can you guys look at that? The salt's kind of gone. It was already white before, so let's just add a little more. You want it well seasoned. For a perfect burger, if you want that medium well consistency, you're gonna put it on medium heat. You're gonna cook it about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, and then after that, we'll throw on the slice of smoked mozzarella, and then we'll assemble the burger. I'll be right back. I gotta clean my hands. Now, I originally said we're gonna use pancetta. Unfortunately, Publix was out of pancetta, and I know a lot of people may not like pancetta. Little history, pancetta is basically the Italian cousin to bacon. But unlike bacon, which is smoked, pancetta is just cured. And pancetta you could have in diced form or thin sliced. Now, I am having a mess right now. We're gonna heat this up before making the burger, again on medium heat. You should already hear it sizzling, it's perfect. While that's cooking, I'm gonna wash my hands, but I think bacon adds such a beautiful component that literally anything you put it on. So after this is done cooking, you're gonna throw on your meat patty, 4 to 5 minutes, and after that, we'll see you for the assembly process. Well, while that's cooking, we're gonna move over to, forgot, probably one of the most important parts is our garlic bread buns. So come over here. This is fairly simple. All I did was preheat the oven to 425. Convection bake, that's fine. And all we're gonna do is rub these big buns, these sesame buns. You know, not a lot of people give buns the credit it deserves. It's what keeps everything together. We're talking about a family reunion. This is like the grandfather of the burger. It keeps everything together. We're gonna use this little artist brush. Not an artist bust, a brush. And we're gonna just sink it in and dab it on. It's fairly simple. Then we're going to take our garlic. We're going to use for this, because garlic can easily burn in the oven, we're not going to use fresh garlic. We're going to use granulated powdered garlic. And we're just going to do a sprinkle. Be generous with the garlic. Garlic's a great spice, and we're going to dab it in. So we're going to take it in. Use oven mitts. Fire it up, 99 cents Target, great deal. We're just gonna put it in top rack for about 2 to 3 minutes, but keep your eyes on it. Oh, we're almost there. And you can see as I'm swishing this around, look at all that bacon juice. Look at that. It's gonna be perfect for our burger. All right, so now we're gonna add some olive oil. Before we do that, let's peek into the window over here. Our bun is looking pretty good. Take a little flip side. This is key too. That is perfect. I'm gonna do it for another like 30 seconds. You don't want your bun too crispy because you want it to still have that soft fluffiness. So another minute, we'll take that out. But while we wait, we're going to add some olive oil to our pan and lay down our burger patty. Mix those juices together. Remember, medium heat, 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Oh, you can hear that sizzle. There it goes. All right, we're back, and now it's time to assemble the Mangia burger. We're gonna take that beautiful, look at that, pure green garlic pesto aioli. Take a knife, and you're gonna lather both sides of the bun. This will, again, just add a beautiful dimension to our burger. Add also that greenness, because you gotta represent all the colors of the Italian flag. Next thing, we're gonna take our patty. I topped it Publix. Again, I love Publix. Shopping's a pleasure. They didn't have the smoked mozzarella I wanted, but I just got plain Sargento mozzarella cheese with our patty, which is medium well. We're gonna lay that bad boy down. Look at that. That's beautiful. Now to add freshness, because look, we got our bacon, which I'm gonna add on right now. Kind of divide that up so it's sparingly. We got our bacon, but we want to add some freshness to our burger. So I'm gonna get some arugula. Lay that down. Oh, this is gonna be good, guys. And we're gonna get you guys a beautiful cross-section shot. Oh, there we go. We got a good burger. You can see the juice oozing. We got the bacon, the mozzarella cheese, the tomato, the arugula. This looks good. I'm gonna take a bite. What's really good is you got the freshness. It's a very fresh burger. Although we had a lot of garlic, it melds well. It's not an overbearing amount of garlic, but the garlic from the buns adds a freshness. This is really good. In fact, Jordan, do me a favor, give me the camera. You gotta take a bite of this.
Let me get a piece. This is great. It's good.
It's good? Are you sure?
I'll be back.
And that's the Mangia burger. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and don't forget to enter the competition yourself. Thank you guys for watching.